Hello, I'm Marsha Weisiger. I am the Julie and Rocky Dixon Chair of U.S. Western History, and I'm an environmental historian who focuses on the American West. Um, my graduate students tend to study environmental history, the American West broadly, but particularly the Intermountain West, the Pacific Northwest, and the U.S. Mexico borderlands. I also study Native American history and accept graduate students who study Native American history in the U.S. West. And I'm particularly interested in working with students who um, care about their writing and care about particularly narrative history. I also am particularly interested in working with students who are also interested in public history as either a possibility for teaching in academia or working as a public historian professionally in something like museums or historic preservation, that sort of thing. I worked for many years as a historic preservation consultant and administrator and writer, and I think having those skills as well as academic history skills give graduate students more opportunities for a variety of careers upon graduation. The work that I am currently working on, I'm writing a book on how men and women who engaged in river rafting on the Green and Colorado River, and before that, running that river in boats, how they narrated their adventures and how they really helped to create the image of the American Southwest as America's Adventureland. So that is the work that I'm currently doing, but I accept people who do all kinds of different subjects. It doesn't have to be in direct relationship to my own research, simply something that I feel that I have sufficient expertise to direct whatever topic you wish to do for your master's thesis or your dissertation. We oftentimes accept people at the University of Oregon into the master's program first, and then once they've written or started writing their thesis, they can reapply to our PhD program, and it actually provides an additional year of funding to go that route. And so that can be the best possible route for people, and also give people who are coming in with a bachelor's degree the opportunity to still kind of hang loose about where they want to get their PhD or whether they want to go for a public history career with a master's degree or whatever it might be. I'm actually not pessimistic about the academic job market, particularly in the history of environmental history in the American West. That still seems to be a field of study that there are jobs available in. But in particular, I think that careers teaching public history in academia are that is a field that remains wide open. There are relatively few practitioners of public history who have been trained in schools with a strong PhD programs like the University of Oregon. And so one of my students, for example, who got a job at Utah State University, one of their satellite campuses, her dissertation was on historical architecture and mining and uh, the challenges of preserving historical landscapes in mining communities where those parts of those landscapes are actually hazardous to human health. How do we deal with that? And she got a job to build an historic preservation program at the University or Utah State University. Another student who is completing her dissertation but has already gotten her dream job working at the High Desert Museum in Bend. And so those are just a few examples of people who have managed to combine public history and their academic training to get really fascinating and rewarding jobs in either academia or public history.